Hello and welcome to Redshirt Cinema Club, a podcast about fandom and watching movies with friends, or today, about forgetting movies we've watched, as has mysteriously happened to both Nath and myself with the Neverending Story. Could there be a fantastical, metaphysical reason for this? Or are we just idiots who have made Dave angry? Hold on to your luck, dragons. It's time to find out.
Hello, welcome back to Redshirt Cinema Club. I'm your host, Nathan Dighton, and I'm joined today by Robert Pearson.
Hello.
And David Jackson.
Hello.
This week, we are back on track on a Tuesday rather than a Monday, but we're back into the swing of things.
Really on track.
Yep. We've watched another 1980s fantasy movie. This time, we've watched The Neverending Story, which did end. It was about 90 minutes long.
No, you've misunderstood the movie. It doesn't end.
And I sense from this that this is a movie that means a lot to you, David.
It does.
Interesting. Rob, does it mean a lot to you?
No. I'd never seen it before.
The yin and the yang. You'd never seen it before. Dave, how many times have you seen it? Was it a long
countless times.
Really?
Yeah, countless
never
times.
ending.
I had the VHS, like the proper VHS. It had the beautiful cover on it, like official. I've mentioned before, my grandparents would often bring me back VHSs from Cyprus, and I'm not sure that they were legit because I often saw the inside of a Cypriot cinema on those VHSs. But no, this was real, and I watched it many times. But I would say, I do think it's of all the 80s movies, fantasies we've watched so far, this is unashamedly this is a kids movie.
Yes,
for sure. I think. In the way that Willow's not a kid's movie, it could be enjoyed by children, sure, but it's definitely. Whereas I feel like Willow, I'm on about.
I know.
Can it be enjoyed by children?
Yeah, sure. Did I enjoy it? I'm not sure. As a
you'd
child,
be a bit scared by it, but I think you'd be up for it too. There's little creatures and little stuff. Whereas I feel like this really is. This is aimed at children. The kind of moral of the story is very much for children. Although I think as an adult you can take something away from it too. Yeah. But I guess I'm sort of galvanizing myself against Rob's dislike for this
cynicism.
Movie. Potential dislike for it. Don't know.
We don't know.
He just doesn't love it, and that's fine because I did grow up with it.
I didn't say that. I just said it doesn't mean anything
to you. I think if you love something though, it should mean something to you. So I've inferred.
I've only just seen it yesterday.
Well,
I would just jump in and say I was familiar with this film, but I could only remember 2 or 3 bits of it. And in rewatching it, I realised I had a full memory of it. So I've seen it, I think, only once, though, when I was a kid. And I think probably at somebody else's house. So familiar, but... And it was always a bit... I just had, vague negative emotions associated with it because of the horse.
Because of the sadness.
Yeah. And I think
swamps of sadness.
And I think because I didn't understand other sections of the film, so they were scary to me. So that's what I've carried through.
It is quite scary. I mean, I think it's quite,
really
it's
scary.
Quite a dark fantasy.
I was going to ask Rob, were you scared?
Yes.
This time?
I would have been really scared as a child. I'm really glad I didn't see this as a child. Although I was speaking to my sister, and she is adamant that we did watch it as children.
Oh, no.
Because this is one of her number one... won't watch this again
because
of the trauma film. She described the scene as being worse than Mufasa and Bambi's mum combined.
Wow. I mean, that is...
it is.
But I have no memory of seeing it at all.
No memory.
Maybe you were so scarred by it.
Maybe I was, yeah.
That you've removed it from your memory.
I'm pretty sure I haven't watched it. I didn't remember anything having watched it yesterday. I've seen the scene, the horse scene before, just because everyone's seen that.
It's been memed.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Really horrible. I didn't notice any...
You didn't watch this with Ella, did you?
No,
okay.
And I will never watch it with Ella. I didn't notice any no animals were harmed during the making of this movie disclaimer.
Yeah, they killed that horse.
Because that horse was crying.
Don't I bet you've been on IMDb trivia.
I haven't, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay. We're going to get Rob's pure, unadulterated
thoughts. They used
thoughts.
6 identical horses because 5 of them were drowned.
That's right.
How did they make it cry, though?
What do you mean make it cry?
The horse was crying.
Do you know,
was it actually crying?
As a
His
horse,
face was like, oh, please.
As a horse performer, I don't think there's a way you can.
Wait,
be
are
in
you
that
saying
situation.
you're a horse performer? You need to be careful about that sentence.
I could be the best horse performer. If I am a horse,
right?
I've been doing really well. But I don't think as a horse performer,
to be fair, yeah.
you can have a kid being that upset right in front of you and not be freaked out, right? How? Because you must be responding to the people around you, especially.
Well, that's because you're not a horse performer, whereas this horse is trained to be around upset children.
Right. That was the bulk of his
The
training.
day it was born. They've been raising this horse.
Feels nothing
For this one.
But
job.
the shots of Atreyu being like, "Oh, tax no!" They're all like front on.
Yeah.
There's going to be
that's
no
true.
horse present.
You know,
there.
from the horse's point of view, he can see the cameras, he can see the crew. It's just like
He's still right.
they've
up there
taken him
into
through
mud,
the
though.
mechanism that lifts and lowers him into the. It's like, yeah, guys, it's fine. I'm a pro. Don't
Do
worry
I get a
about
polo every time I come out?
it. Yeah,
Then I'm
exactly.
fine.
Many as you want.
Don't-
Okay, great.
This is
Who's a kid crying?
And
Don't care.
that horse died of a polo overdose.
Yeah, of polio.
Yes. It was a tragedy. One of the things which always kind of I didn't, not that I could put my finger on it, but it has like a strange European feel to it, this film, because I think partly because it was made by German director Wolfgang Petersen, who he'd done some TV, but then he did Das Boot, which was a TV series.
Very different.
Did you and I watch Das Boot?
Yes, I made you watch it. It's one of one of my
You came
favourite
to my
movies.
house week after week and we watched episodes of Das Boot.
Yeah, I'd only ever seen the feature length cut.
Yeah.
And I bought the sort of Blu-ray which had the original episodic cut, and we watched
Yes.
it. Yeah,
It was really
over-
good.
it was
And then he
great.
went straight into this.
That's
Yeah.
quite the shift, that isn't it?
It is
It is.
quite the change. But I believe it's also based on a book written by a German man,
Oh,
The Neverending Story, I think it was called. And
I wonder if what it was called in
so the
German.
European, and they shot it in Germany. So the European nature of it is definitely in its DNA.
Yeah.
Actually, the writer, the author, whose name I forget now, which is terrible, but explicable because he was so disappointed with
Michael
his.
Ende.
Yes, he was so disappointed with the final movie that
no.
he asked his name to be taken
Wikipedia
off the
says he
credits.
was initially happy about his book being turned into a film.
He was.
He worked with Wolfgang Petersen as a script supervisor and was paid $50,000. I'd be pleased with that too. Ender claimed that Petersen later rewrote the script without consulting him and that his adaptation deviated so far from his book that he requested that production either be halted or the film's title changed. That's why they gave you $50,000.
Yeah,
So-
they didn't do either of those things. And he said he wanted his name struck from the credits. They didn't do that. They took it off the start. I think it was going to be
I'd
like.
have made it bigger.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth.
I don't know what he's talking about. Although
he was only at the Michael Ender credits.
Very good.
Thanks very much.
Yes.
Is that his actual name?
I'm going home now. Yeah, it's Ender with an E. So I'm assuming if you're German, maybe Sarah with an H, without an H. Oh no, which one is it? Sarah or with an H?
No, without an H.
Yes, it's very early. Can tell us because she's from Austria.
Your wife's Sarah with an H, so you can see why
Yeah.
it's difficult for you.
Yes, exactly. I'm so used to. Also, the username Sarah without an H has an H in it. So in my, you know
That's
what I mean?
true.
When I'm reaching for it in my mind there,
Yeah.
all I'm seeing are H's.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it really is called Michael Ender.
That's amazing.
Thank
Do
you.
you think
It's a
they...
good joke.
Michael Ender. That's like when Thomas Crapper invented the toilet.
And Michael Ender was only on the end credits.
What if I could never end her? He thought.
Oh, I see the Never Michael Ender story. That is more impressive than my joke about the end credits. It really is early.
There should be a biopic about him. The Never Michael Ending Story is good. Never Michael Ender Story. That's, perfect. Do you think the horse is German?
Yeah.
The horse.
Yeah.
That was an amazing example of I said
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
You said a
Yeah.
second later,
I
Rob
got it.
really laughed.
I got it. Rob likes me.
This happened to us in the pub a couple
I
of times
didn't
yesterday.
hear you, Nath. You
Did
speak
it?
too quietly.
Yeah, but like not me and you.
Oh,
I'm just
okay,
saying
right.
around the table. I was noticing it. It was funny. It happened like twice in quick succession.
It's awful.
I lost one, and then I said something that someone else said, and I got a laugh. And I was
Yeah.
I guess I'm level.
It's
when
weird.
was this?
I went out for just a little lunch yesterday. Tapas.
Oh.
Yeah, it was nice. Anyway, yeah, we haven't talked about this film at all.
We have.
We're
We're
getting
talking about
there.
the horse.
We're getting there.
Very
Never-ending
rarely
podcast.
do I not have any notes about what happened in the film, but this is one of those
Well,
occasions.
at the
I'm-
start,
I'm encyclopedic about this film.
All right.
So I can tell you anything you want to know.
all right, we begin and they put a child in a bin.
Yes, Bastian. We meet Bastian. I guess he's the sort of the hero of the story in a way. I've really enjoyed watching this movie again. Just to say, I watched it when I was off sick. I've been off sick a lot recently, as you guys are very aware.
Any time in the last month.
Partly why probably why this podcast is on a Tuesday rather than a Monday.
Well, it's because of Easter.
Also that, but knock-on effect. And I watched it when everyone else was at work in the middle of the day, and it gave me such big nostalgia for being at school.
Because
being off sick
because
from
he just takes the book upstairs. He's kind of like, I should be at school, but I'm going to read this book.
And it gave me an affinity for Bastian and what he's going through. Obviously, we find out right at the start that he's living with his dad. His mum has died. Somehow, and
his dad thinks he should just get the fuck on with it.
His dad is just one of those sort of like, come on, Bastian.
Yeah,
haven't you had enough of your fantasy worlds? Like,
you're right,
just a shit dad. Like, not a shit dad, but that attitude is quite bad.
Isn't it time you stopped eating cereal?
We need to not ignore the fact that he puts an egg in his orange juice,
and I don't think there's a cut. We see him, he whizzes it up.
It's a real
thing,
and
he drinks it,
and he drinks.
People used to do that all the time in the 80s. They're getting their protein.
And now they're really old.
Yeah, well, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how
you could have, though, scrambled eggs on toast with a glass of orange juice.
You could.
Yeah, but that takes way longer.
You can enjoy the egg and you can enjoy the orange juice. And what he's done is create an abomination where presumably you can enjoy neither of those things.
Yeah.
Or egg juice.
Well, he doesn't look like he's enjoying it, that's for sure. But I think you can train yourself to enjoy it. Perhaps, but
now we would just have Huel, obviously.
Well, I think this is Huel, though, isn't it? Like he's a man. He's in his suit. He's ready to go. Probably sell some arms to
Iran,
some small countries.
I would say, Dave, you talk about enjoying it. I think that's the point, though, isn't it? It's a character note. He's you shouldn't enjoy things,
and I think it is quite explicit that his mum. Is kind of the influence on his imagination and his love of fantasy. Exactly. She would separate the orange and the eggs. That was her thing.
But there was a terrible scrambled egg accident before the film started.
And Bastian's being bullied by these kids who put him in a bin.
Very mean kids.
It's one of the kids from the Goonies.
No, I didn't recognise any of them.
I recognised one of the kids for sure.
They're not from the Goonies, I'm
not.
pretty sure. But they could be from other movies. It's perfectly reasonable.
Yeah.
And I forgot that they put him in the bin and he gets out and they're still there and they're like, what are you doing?
The scene I like that. It just happens all over again.
Who said you could get out of the bin?
They are still there.
Yeah. And he runs into the bookshop and I love this bookshop and I love this guy. And I was thinking just so much about this guy who's reading the Neverending Story.
Yeah.
Like, assuming that the book works like a book, although it is a magic book, obviously. Like, was he on Atreyu's quest at that point when a kid walks into his shop?
You need to bypass the boundaries of Fantasia and find the old human man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like, everyone reset. It's someone else got the book now.
It's a child.
It's a child. Oh, we'll do much better. But I love that guy. I love the way he
So are you
talks.
reading this a lot like sort of The Last Starfighter, where it's like, this is actually happening and you're being transported to a real situation through the book?
As do I believe? Yes. Yeah.
Rather than, even though you've just brought up an absolutely terminal problem for that scenario.
What's the problem?
That everyone could read the book and there could be multiple copies of the book.
That's what they want, though. Fantasia. Well, Fantasia is made of the hopes and dreams of
whoever's reading
of humans, and reading it is like helps you to, it propagates Fantasia even further.
Like the book version of the board game Jumanji,
right?
But nicer.
Is
Yes.
Jumanji based on people's participation? Is that what powers the fictional world?
I think the board game is sort of malevolently there, waiting to be discovered.
Oh, I see.
But Alan
because
gets
it's
sent
like buried, isn't it? And
Alan gets sent to the jungle for
26 years.
26. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Jumanji fan over there.
26 years.
Yeah.
I really like Jumanji. Yeah.
Have you seen the new Jumanji?
Yes. I actually thought it was not terrible.
I thought it was all right, yeah. I think it was okay.
I've only seen the first one, though. They've done a franchise now, haven't they?
The bit I watched it on a plane, and
it's a perfect plane film.
The bit that I really enjoyed was, I know it's terrible, Rhys Darby from Flight of the Conchords.
Yes.
He's the guy in the Jeep But he's like an NPC, and they get to the end of his dialogue, and he just starts again, and I've just lost it. I thought it was really funny.
That was a funny bit.
I've not seen it because it annoyed me that they remade. Well, I don't know what it is. It's just another movie with the same name, loosely based on the idea.
Pretend you don't understand what remakes are. What's this?
It was they actually did something different. They go inside a video game instead of inside a board game.
I just didn't know why they called it Jumanji. I'm open to the idea that it's good. Everyone has told me it's a good movie and I like it.
What would you like them to have called it?
Like Jungle Game. The Jungle Book.
I think people would.
I think the Jungle Book's available.
The Jungle video game.
Yeah.
I think people would have questioned the originality of that idea anyway.
Right.
It's an update, isn't it? But in video games instead of board games.
I guess at the time I thought I was turned against it by the idea that they were remaking Jumanji. It was not that old. I was like, we don't need to remake Jumanji. It's 20 years old or something, and it is really good. And they weren't remaking it. They were I don't know, reimagining it. But by that time I'd already decided I didn't want to watch it. So.
I see. Yeah, it was an update. I don't know if there's any references to the original Jumanji. Is Alan featured in some? Is there like reference to Alan?
I don't remember it well enough. I've only seen it once, a long time ago now.
I think I might have seen 2 as well on another plane.
I've not seen 2 yet. Is Jack Black in it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
I know that The Rock is in it and Amy Pond is in it.
Yeah, it's Amy Pond, The Rock, the little comedian guy who is sometimes around The Rock.
Chris Hart.
Yeah.
So around the rock, like a moon.
Yeah. Exactly that. Yeah, or like, I'm trying to think of like a...
Dwayne Johnson does a really good impression of Chris Hart.
He does. Yeah, he does.
And I've seen, it's really funny.
His name's Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. Sorry, yeah Chris.
Isn't Chris Hart like a wrestler?
I think you're thinking of Chris Rock, maybe. But because of The Rock. Yeah. You can see how we got there.
Well, yeah, we can. You've blended 2 men.
Yeah.
Into a fictional third man.
Anyway, the Neverending Story, I think that it does work. I think that the book helps propagate the fantasy, which helps propagate the world.
So that world is real.
That world is. Well,
can you explain Bastian riding on a big dog at the end?
It's a luck dragon. Thank you.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if I can.
He wishes it into existence.
Well, at that point, yeah. Ultimately, it's like imagination's good, isn't it?
It is.
Just I
like that it's
imagine
not
stuff.
It's not explicit, like at the end of the labyrinth, where it is quite explicit, and they're all having a party. In Sarah's bedroom.
Yeah.
This one, he could just be escaping his troubles through his imagination, and he's imagined that he's got his own back on the bullies, and by flying a dragon.
Maybe he's still in the bin. Maybe he's just crying in the bin.
I guess you're right. I guess the world's not real.
Oh no!
It's the world of imagination. It's the power of imagination that's real.
I feel like I've done something terrible.
No, it's fine. I'm totally fine with it. It's the power of imagination that's real, and Fantasia exists basically to just let Bastian continue to imagine.
There is something magic about it though, because it goes all meta at the end. It's like Assassin's Creed when the future people turn to you and speak to you, the player. Like the Empress talks to the audience.
She does, yeah. I love that bit.
The audience is even brought into it a little bit.
Yes, well, that is the Neverending Story, is that she explains that, like, he's reading our story and there are other people watching his story. It's like, layers upon layers. And I guess then we should infer that there are people watching our story
What
too.
The fuck?
Well, there's people listening to this podcast.
Well, everyone thinks, oh my God, you're right.
And there's the people in the future.
Oh my God, you're right.
Who have found us.
Yeah.
Which we always think is going to
And then there's the aliens observing.
But maybe AI.
I'd love to know.
AI?
Man.
What would you love to know?
Just who is listening to us saying these words now in like the year 2150?
I reckon it's later than that. I reckon it's 21.
But it's like if you if you found a bunch of shellac records, I think I'd just sort of sigh. Like entertainment and information will have moved on into. It'll be like, oh, can I not walk around it? I have to sit and listen to it. I'm not interested. I'd be like, there's a whole world. Look at all these YouTubers, hundreds of millions of terabytes of video from that time period, and everyone will be like, no, I'm not interested.
I'm not saying that like we're popular in the year 20.
No, me neither. I'm just saying that no one will listen to us.
But what I'm saying is, assuming that some kind of order of intelligent machines are in fact the life form that would live for a longer period of time than organic life form within the universe. At some point, they'll probably get around to just having a little listen.
Yeah.
Do you think that, like,
I think so.
YouTube and wherever stuff is hosted, like, will they ever delete?
What I'm
old
imagining
stuff?
is it's a bit like the end of AI,
But it would eventually, the storage would be the size of the world.
and
But they'll find cleverer ways to store it that makes it smaller.
A moon,
they will descend, and the Earth will have been uninhabited for millennia.
right?
And they'll just go, what are all these servers under the ocean?
They'll
This
turn
is
on
crazy. Someone will turn it on.
A phone.
And like, it will be like the Neverending Story. It'll be a kid, and it'll be like,
Why hasn't someone made this movie yet?
I just said it was quite a lot like the end of AI.
Oh.
The movie AI.
With
Yeah.
Haley Joel Osment.
Isn't that what happens at the end of
I
AI?
can't
Like,
remember. I can't
I think
remember AI.
he's like,
I just remember him being like in a swimming pool and sad. Does that happen in that film?
I don't think so.
In AI, I've never seen it.
And sad
Does he like
In a swimming
sink to
pool.
the bottom of a swimming pool or something?
because he's heavy.
Yeah,
You're not thinking of
but
Minority
he's fine.
Report.
But he's fine. He
No,
doesn't
he-
because
'cause
he's
there's-
like a robot, isn't he?
Well, there's in Minority Report, a child is snatched from a swimming pool really early on.
Right.
Which is, do you know, it always seemed to me a really unlikely crime.
Are they? Is that what happens?
Yeah,
I
like
was thinking about the three people who produce the balls. They're just in swimming
The
pools.
predeterminates or whatever.
A child is stolen from
So
a...
that's Tom Cruise's like backstory in that film is that he's a police officer and he's like playing with this kid on the side of a swimming pool. His kid stood up on the side and Tom Cruise like holds his breath for a bit. Maybe it's because we know Tom Cruise can hold his breath for over 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
maybe he's down there for ages. And he comes back up and his kid is gone and he's like, what? But it's like a really busy swimming. Like no one just snatches kids in public with their dad just under the water. I don't think.
Well,
I don't think that
have you
happens.
not seen the documentary Minority Report? That's a character thing because later on he'll need to hold his breath for a long time.
No, well, that's in a different movie. But
no, it's Minority Report where he gets new eyes.
Oh, he is in the bath for a long time. You're right. In
Yeah.
an icy bath.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. We should watch this film.
We've talked about many other films and not Neverending
This is
Story.
what happens when
and
I
it
don't
is
have
starting to annoy me.
Right,
So
okay.
I'd like to go back to
Tell
to
us
Neverending
all about
Story.
the horse.
No, we're not even at the fantasy part of this movie. One of the things I really thought it nailed was the excitement. I love his love of books. I love that
Yeah.
he like goes and prepares his. I think it's weird that he goes to the school and the school's got an old attic that with a key in a like a
in my
smashed
head, from
piece
my
of glass.
memory, the attic was like in the bookshop. They're like more of a piece.
And I thought it was in his home. I completely forgot all of this. But I love the way he settles down to read a book. And I just really like this kind of like format for this movie where he is like, he narrates a little opening passage and then we're just watching the events of the film. And I kind of forgot. I thought it was a really good format and that it was really powerful. Every time we were in Fantasia, I kind of forgot about Bastian. And then we'd come back to him for
That's surely deliberate.
Yeah.
You think 'cause that's what he's doing. He's forgetting himself
Yeah.
and inhabiting there. Because he has a little conversation with the old man
Yes.
where he's
I really like the old man.
like, you are Robinson Crusoe.
Yeah.
And all of these things.
Exactly.
To, I guess, test how immersed do you get in the stories you read, young man.
Yeah.
Then this might be a dangerous book for you.
Yeah.
That
But he
was
can't
good.
resist it. And he wants him to take it as well.
Yeah.
Because he goes to like take a phone call and then he sees that Bastian's taken the book and he does just a little smile.
Do you think? Yeah. I don't think he's too sad.
No,
That's for sure.
that was his plan.
Well, also
Definitely
Really?
his plan.
Bastian's got those credentials, isn't he? What are the books that he's read? It's
Yeah,
like
he
Treasure
passes
Island.
the test.
Lord of the Rings. He name checks Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And Robinson Crusoe is one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think that what was interesting,
20,000 Leagues.
Treasure
Under the
Island.
Sea.
what I liked about it was that it was it kind of reminded me that before, because obviously this is our fantasy series, that fantasy books like pre-Tolkien were a lot more open-ended, and it would have been, if I'd been a kid in the 40s or 50s, I probably would have read those things as well. Bit of Treasure Island. I've never
Yeah.
read Treasure Island. Maybe it's
Me
brilliant.
neither. There's loads of like classics I've never read. Treasure Island. Moby Dick. We should read Moby Dick.
Oh,
just
it's
so that
pretty-
we'll get all of the Wrath of Khan
Oh, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
references.
We should read Moby Dick and then rewatch, Wrath of Khan and First Contact and see if we've changed our opinion about them.
Yeah. and we should familiarize ourselves with Shakespeare.
Oh,
and then watch The Undiscovered Country.
I'm never reading Shakespeare.
No. Watching any?
What do you mean?
He wrote plays.
Yes. Do they still do those plays now?
Yeah, they've got a whole theatre.
Have you been alive in the world?
What's Hamnet?
Is that
no,
Hamlet?
No, it's based on
just
Shakespeare, the man, and his.
That's a film, though, right?
That is a film.
Yeah,
you can watch films of Shakespeare.
I know, I have done.
Plays. Okay, right.
What's your favourite Shakespeare film?
The one.
To be or not to be.
Midsummer. I had to watch Midsummer Night's Dream, a film version of that. It's got Helena Bonham Carter in it.
Yes.
I remember quite liking that. I really, really hate Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet.
Really?
Really hate
Why?
it.
Gun violence.
Just because I hated the obnoxious style of it.
Yeah, it was very
and
loud.
everyone loved it when I was like 14. Like, oh my God, you see Romeo and Juliet? Oh, it's really, really cool. And it pissed me off.
Imagine making Shakespeare popular again. Like it's never really.
I hated the clash between the Shakespearean dialogue and the hyper stylized modern setting.
I will say, like, there was a
jarred.
period of time where, in the 90s especially, I think people were so. I don't know why we're talking so much about Shakespeare, but I think that was like one of the things which people were doing a lot with Shakespeare was like smashing those two things, like ultra modern with the archaic language.
But I think it helps you to understand what's going on, or an audience to understand when they are using such archaic language. You know, I know it's not a big problem, but like for a modern audience to see things happening in their world rather than, you know, everyone dressed in, I don't know what they're called.
Well, I
pantaloons.
I hate it.
Pantaloons.
Loads of kids in my school were constantly quoting, "Do you bite your thumb at me?" So yes, I do bite my thumb at you. Fuck off. Shut the fuck up.
All right, Thibault.
Anyway, we're not talking about the Neverending Story again. This is like, I don't know what's happened. It's like it's made us imagine other things other than itself.
This is fine.
It's we finally get into the world of Fantasia.
Yes.
And I
How do we
really
get
love
there?
it.
It just begins.
It starts in a clearing. It just opens in a clearing where the night hob and his bat and the racing snail.
The racing snail. I love the racing snail.
These little guys and the rock biter. Rock biter arrives.
I loved all of this.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I was like, I was watching the film and I had, looked down to like pick a crisp out of my bowl.
Yeah.
And I looked up again and it was Bastian has stopped talking and all of a sudden there was an enormous boulder rolling towards the screen.
Yeah.
And all these fantasy characters. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
But again, it has such, like Labyrinth, has such texture to it. I think this film looks amazing.
It does.
It looks
one of the things I
fantastic.
want to talk about, and we mentioned, I think, like, in the last episode with Labyrinth, just again, the amazing things they do with matte paintings and puppeteering and costuming. I mean, the world of Fantasia is slightly more hectic in a way, I think. I like that it's just things that humans have imagined. So we see this sort of council with the the night hob, and everyone will go to the ivory tower.
The ivory tower, yeah.
I heard the music then. Da, 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 da. It's got its own theme. Great. Just built in a mountain. Very cool.
It does look amazing. I think this would have terrified me as a kid. All of these scenes, the bat, the I don't know what. There's the bat. There's the person who rides the bat who looks scary.
Night hob.
Is that what he's called?
That's Night hob, yeah.
And then
the little guy.
the guy in the hat who rides the racing snail.
Yes.
He looks out of place. Where's he come from? He doesn't look like he belongs in Fantasia.
Well, he says, I think he comes from the east or something. They've all come from different parts of the world where the nothing
has consumed.
And I really like the nothing.
I do.
As an idea. I think this whole movie, I really just like the idea about imagination being important, and that if we start to erode that, then like just wonderful things start to disappear
it's very
from existence.
Media molecularly.
Yes.
I think this film.
Media molecular.
Yes. Yeah. Just in terms of the benevolence of the nothing It's just, the
malevolence.
Malevolence of the nothing. It's, what did I say?
Benevolence.
The opposite of malevolence. Yeah. It's the just the lack of it. Just a personification, not personification. A manifestation of a lack of imagination.
Yes.
And it is quite scary, isn't it? It's just going to make this imaginary world completely disappear and disintegrate.
Yeah.
That's exactly what would happen in a media molecule game. In fact, I think at the end of it as well, like the addressing the audience thing, so much like Tearaway. That's what it reminded me of a lot.
What a game.
Yeah, what a game.
And they obviously go to the council, and this, I guess this was the
scariest bit.
The rules of the world are like it's just things that humans have imagined. So I don't know why humans have imagined lots of people with massive heads.
This is people's nightmares for sure.
Massive heads. There's that. Some people have like 4 faces.
Yes. Oh, that was terrifying.
Yeah. There's some.
Imagine
things
seeing that as a child.
Yeah.
And they don't look happy either. They got faces all, and they share an eye, and there's just like one central eye.
Yeah, weird.
I want my own eyes.
Yeah,
but it all looks so real. There's no, from what I can tell, no CG happening.
There's no CG happening.
Practical effects.
It's all practical effects. Yeah, and I think just they go on quite an amazing adventure in terms of like locations and things in this movie. It's like really fantastical. Obviously, all the sort of the landscapes you would find on Earth, like snow and forest and desert, and we see Atreyu in each of those, and then all these kind of like mad fantasy landscapes as well when he goes to whatever it is where the Southern Oracle is, like some sort of spacey moon place. I just love that there are no bounds to that. It is just kind of there's a bit of everything. It is just imagination sort of let loose in this movie, and they do a really good job of that, I think.
What's the dog called? Gamork.
Yeah.
He basically reveals that there are no boundaries to Fantasia.
He does. Yeah.
Does the dog talk? I can't
yes,
remember.
He does.
You don't remember the dog?
I can't remember this. What's going on?
Describe
the dog.
At the same, he's a wolf.
He's got horrible green eyes. There's like a passage,
and he's in a cave
right at the start where Bastian almost narrates it. He's like, and at the same time, a dark creature also began its adventure.
He's like an agent of the nothing.
Yeah, the green eyes light up, and it's terrifying. There's a flash of thunder.
Yeah, he's got a little sting as well. It's like, it's very Darth Vader-y. Yeah, he speaks at the end. He's chasing Atreyu the whole time, and he loses Atreyu in the swamps of sadness when obviously, as you know, Falkor, the luck dragon, comes to save him.
It's really early on. That's one of the things that surprised me, how early on the devastating scene with the horses.
Well, the horse doesn't last long, and I think it's probably for the best.
Can we call him Artax, please?
Artax.
Come on.
It's so that he can start flying around. It's like he upgrades his mount.
Yes.
He gets a luck dragon instead.
He really does. Yeah, I mean, it has a luck buff.
Yeah.
Whereas Artax just eats. Carries him.
Well, he
just
can
eats
fly
stuff
as well.
Like you have to eat his sandwich. He's like, the horse is grazing. They're at a beautiful kind of like lake at one point.
What we're saying is he deserved it.
I'm not saying he deserved it. I'm just saying that Falkor really is a big upgrade, and you have to question how sad Atreyu was once he finds Falkor.
Yeah, he doesn't look that sad.
No.
Also, where did he come from? Because there's just that scene where they're like, we need a big champion, and then a child comes out.
Yeah,
but he seems like he's already got some deeds behind him.
Yeah, well, he's the most respected hunter from this particular tribe, I believe.
Yeah,
and they're not expecting a child either. They all laugh at him.
I know. Yeah,
he hunts the purple buffalo, I think.
That's it. And then he's like, "Oh, well, I'll just go then.
Yeah,
if you don't need me."
No, wait, don't do that.
I thought,
on the off chance you are good.
When I first saw Atreyu, I thought it was Bastian. They look so alike.
That's surely deliberate.
That I thought, oh, this is Bastian inside the story.
Well, this is the other thing. You got to think when the old man is reading the book, like an old man comes up and says, "I've been hunting the purple buffalo." It's just limping.
Yeah. Well, they laugh him out as well, and they go, they go, "No,
you're too old."
I said about this sort of
what would come out if we were reading the book.
It's just like really boring.
Just a boring, early middle-aged man.
Just guys. Yeah.
I was, I talk about the sort of the fantasy of going on an adventure and reading a book. Like I feel like I enjoy seeing Sebastian reading the book and enjoying the book as almost as much as like imagining being him myself. But like the one thing I really love is like that when Atreyu gets given the Orin, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And then Bastian like looks at the front cover and it's on there. You know, I think we've all had that experience of reading a book,
right?
And you're like, oh shit, it's on the front cover. I mean, not usually literally
artwork,
but and you go back and maps in books we've talked about, and you hear a place name, and you're like, where are you going? Look at that.
That's very true.
Love that sort of extra immersive thing.
I have had that. There's it happens loads in Wheel of Time series. There's so many of those books, and they've all got a scene painted on the front. And by the end of the book, I do look at the book. And there's always a moment where I look at the camera and go, "Oh,
it's that bit."
Get this,
I love the old covers on the Wheel of Time where they somehow make 18-year-olds look 45.
Yes, and Lan he's like a little like ninja guy, and he's like this giant knight on a horse. But it's a very cool image.
Oh, I love Lan. He's so good. Do you watch the show? They've been cancelled right now.
It has. I watched episode 1, and I really enjoyed that chapter in the book, and they did it very differently.
Yeah.
Perrin was married already. I was like, what the fuck?
I watched all of series 1. Never watched any more of it. And now I won't.
No.
Because they're not making any more.
No.
Because it's not very good.
Correct.
Anyway, Dave's looking at us like, you're doing it again, guys.
I haven't read or watched those. Well, it is the story that's the title of this podcast today.
Yeah.
And it's a really good
The
one.
Neverending
I'm
podcast.
sorry, Dave.
Yeah, and
I've forgotten everything. This is probably what happened to me when I was a kid. I watched it, I enjoyed it, and then I just promptly forgot everything.
You are the nothing.
Well,
I'm not the
you're
nothing.
responsible.
I've
I'm
been
victim of
told
the
by my
nothing.
sister that I've definitely seen this film.
Maybe there's a magical quality to
and
this
I have
film.
not. I have no memory of it at all.
So I must be the hero of this story.
Maybe
Let's
you
put
are.
Dave in the bin.
I can retain
The nothing has got to both of us.
It has, yeah. We see Atreyu searching the whole world for. They've got to
He's running
find
around for ages.
a cure for the Empress. The Empress is dying.
Yeah.
We will later find out she's dying from having no name.
Yeah, that's an easy fix, isn't it? What did they call her in the end? Martinelli.
Oh, well, I wanted to get to this bit.
Oh, okay.
Because I watched this film, as I said, many, many times, never knew what he was saying. Could never, ever tell. It wasn't until the age of the internet many years later, one day when I was like, I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna find out what his name gives her is.
Do you know, before we get to that though, the Empress is one of the things that made me slightly like not like this film or feel uncomfortable about this film, because she has that American like child pageant vibe of someone who is about 11, who is made up and dressed as an adult, and also the performance is strikingly like composed.
Yes,
and it's really uncanny.
Well, you should know that she is the childlike emperor, or empress, I should say, not a child.
Right.
She's childlike.
But I'm just saying, in our world, she was played by
a child.
a child.
We don't know that.
And as a child, it really weirded me out.
I thought it was. I agree with everything you said, but I thought it was very impressive.
I think
when I watched it this time, I thought the performance was really impressive, and also it's a story which has got a kid in the real world, a kid who's being laughed at, and then a kid ultimately in charge.
This is what I mean about it being a kids' movie. Like ultimately, it is aimed at kids and sort of trying to empower them to keep imagining and enjoy your childhood.
Do you know? I think that's the theme which massively runs through all the things that we've, apart from Highlander, everything we've watched so far. Definitely the case with Labyrinth, and it will be the case with Time Bandits. Although it turns out that's very hard to see, so we might not do Time Bandits.
Right? Oh God.
What else have we watched? This is one other film, isn't it?
Have you not got it on DVD?
I do, yeah.
Duved.
What is it we watched? Is that it? What did we start with?
Willow.
And Willow, I mean, it's a small person, but there are even smaller people.
There are.
It's a movie about scale.
Yes, very much so.
Sorry, but the name of the prince emperor,
the empress is Moonchild.
Moonchild.
Yeah,
that is.
My mom had a beautiful name. That's what he shouts. He goes to the window and he shouts, "Moonchild."
Wow, I guess I did not know. Why wouldn't you call us like Selena? Or
I assume maybe in German this is like, maybe it's an actual name and they just translated the name. I don't know. It's certainly an unusual name to give someone in English. Although funnily enough, I'm sure I mentioned this before, I went to school with someone whose middle name was Moonchild.
Oh, maybe.
And her brother, his name was Luke. His middle name was Skywalker.
Oh, no.
Unbelievable.
People who shouldn't have been allowed to have children.
Yeah.
That's
kind of
terrible.
liked it, but yeah.
Kind of like.
So Moonchild, it's an odd one, but that is what he shouted. But I didn't know for you because it's just not a name that I would.
It's not a name.
And it's like the storm is at full pitch.
Maybe there's something else here. Maybe any German listeners can shed some light on it. Perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe it is a translation thing.
Yeah. But I like that we don't see the Empress until the end as well. It feels really special when she's like. Obviously, the Empress, it's important. She's unwell, and he goes on this whole quest in her name and has the Orin and whatever. And
It's very video gamey, I think.
Yeah.
The structure of this. Falcor.
Oh, Falcor.
He's like the bit of the game where you've unlocked the airship or fast travel. It's like now you can go anywhere very quickly.
Yeah.
On Falcor.
Yeah.
But there is something, he's got past the magic gate, the Sphinx gate, and then he goes past the second gate, with the blue Sphinx.
Yes, that's right.
And now you're like, here's the final section of the game where everything's going to be explained and revealed to you.
Yeah. So
almost like this Deus Ex Machina type
I think you're right. It is very video gamey. So we're basically like the opening of the film is basically to get to the Swamp of Sadness, where finally we get like a bit of story really with Atreyu, who's gone there to look for this cure for the Empress before he finds I can't remember her name, the big tortoise. Artax has to die, and I think they explain the Swamp of Sadness is that it's just when you lose all hope.
Yeah, when the sadness,
you'll sink.
If the sadness overcomes you, you can't move and you sink. Yeah.
I'm just reading. Sorry, about the Empress in the book.
Right.
Just much darker.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd really want to read the book. Watching the movie again made me...
We'll see if you still do after I've read this.
Okay.
The movie portrays her as a damsel in distress who must ask Bastian if he could pretty please call her Moonchild. In the book, however, she's a Lovecraftian entity who sacrifices a child's mind every once in a while to renew her powers. So in the book, after she gets her name... Bastian gets kind of sucked into Fantasia and given the Orin, and I guess that's maybe represented slightly at the end when he's riding Falcor. The Orin is able to grant him any wish, but in doing so, he loses a memory every time. There's part of the novel where he's genuinely mad with power, and Atreyu has to stop him, even though that puts him into conflict with the Empress, because it was her will that Bastian has this power. At the end, Bastian comes to a village-sized insane asylum full of mute people playing with wood-crafted letters. The keeper of this village explains that all of these were humans brought to Fantasia, who either wished so many times that they were robbed of their last memory or became mad. So,
I like it.
Amazing. That's cool.
I'm pretty sure that's the
cool.
Story from Neverending Story 2.
Oh.
Genuinely, which I've only seen once. I rented it. I didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
I think it is dark. It is about
like
Sebastian going into Fantasia.
His name is Bastian, Dave.
Yes. It's right.
Do you know his full name?
No.
I'm gonna read it, but I have to get this page back up. God damn it! His name is somebody. Oh, his name is Bastian Balthazar Bucks.
Wow.
Which is, I mean, I can't believe his dad is like, let's crack on. When he's given him a name like that, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how can I? My name is Bastian Balthazar Bucks.
Yeah.
Still wonder he's getting put in the bin.
Exactly.
By police.
I would put kid in the bin.
Yeah. God. Maybe he just goes by like Steve at school or something. That's what you should do. But yeah, Artax in the Swamp of Sadness just succumbs to the sadness, loses all hope. And I think it's like an extra. It's a really powerful scene. Obviously, it has transcended the movie. It's become sort of a meme. I think that's partly because of the kind of the idea of it, the fact that the horse is just so sad, it just succumbs to death.
Yep.
I think it's partly the portrayal of it, the performance. I think that like Atreyu's
the performance of the horse.
Well, you said the horse was crying. I'm not sure I saw that.
And its mouth's like,
give me a moment, Wolfgang. I need to prepare for the scene.
And I mean, I don't know how they do it. They just put him on a pedestal that slowly lowers into a big tank. But
it's his eyes, though. How do they make his eyes cry?
The thing I think is really good is the stages of grief that Atreyu is going through right there. He's like, come on, boy. He's like, hey, come on, don't. And then he's like angry with the horse. He's like, stupid horse. Yeah. And he's just really, really sad. And I think it's very good.
I always
a well-observed scene.
Made it work about as a scene is that Atreyu is Atreyu, is that his name?
Atreyu, yeah.
Yep. Is sold to us as a really capable hero.
Yeah.
And then there's this moment where, but I think all kids will have that. Like, you really want one of your parents to do something, but basically he's ineffective. Like, he's just too small, and this horse won't move, and there's nothing he can do. And that frustration, I think, I remember clearly from childhood, just like, fuck, I'm too fucking small. Fuck.
Yeah. It is quite a powerful message, isn't it? This whole bit, the power of the mind to just, just the power of depression.
And once again, quicksand. I know it's not quicksand, but in my head, this was straight into the quicksand bank.
Yeah,
terrifying.
You needed to worry about
the quicksand bank.
There were so many things in the quicksand bank.
Yeah, I think Swamp of Sadness. You know where you're at. If you're entering the Swamp of Sadness, you should know.
Yes. Just the idea that as a child, the idea that the ground might at some point just swallow me.
Yeah,
that loomed large.
Definitely. Yeah, same.
Scary.
I can't remember the name of the big tortoise he goes to see. The wisest and oldest creature.
Moldar or something?
I can't remember. I can hear him saying it, but not the actual word. And I love, again, just another brilliant fantasy idea. Massive tortoise on Shell Mountain, I think, is where he finds her. And she's allergic to him, which is why she keeps sneezing. And she just doesn't care. To be that old, is just not care about Fantasia. Doesn't care if she lives or dies.
No, about the old nothing.
I think it's a great character. I just really
I do. And I really liked when I was watching this film, it kind of occurred to me that the structure of a lot of the films that we're watching at the moment are very similar. It's like, especially like just a party being gathered by friendly people from the world, and then like the episodic nature of the encounters that they have. And we were talking about this with Labyrinth and how the films kind of live or die on the enjoyment of each. It's not really like building. It's like each segment has to kind of be compelling on its own, and depends on like the way that the sets have been put together and the scenes are kind of staged, and how well the effects or the puppetry from each scene works. And again, I really enjoyed this scene.
I realised it's actually the first scene that it is hinted. And Rob, I guess you didn't know this, so I'll be interested to know your experience with this movie, but like it's hinted. I think the big tortoise is revealed, and Bastian like screams in the real world. He reads the description. He's like, and they Atreyu and
they're like
tortoise.
Mauler, the ancient
Mauler, the ancient one. Mauler. They both sort of like look around. Were you like at what point did you realise that Bastian was affecting the world, a part of the world?
Probably not at this point. I think it becomes very explicit at the end.
Yeah.
When he's shouting and everything's like breaking apart. But no, I did not. Well, it was very clear at this point in the film that, he was an active participant in it.
Yeah.
As the reader. And obviously the whole way it's framed at the beginning with the old man, I was suspecting that there was going to be some kind of element, but no, not specifically at this scene.
Just a nice little nod, isn't it?
I can't remember a time when I didn't know that he was part of this world, and I guess I would like to be able to experience that again, because I think it's a really cool idea that he is watching something that's actually happening and he can interact with it. And
is there a sense at the end that the storm in the real world is also everything's just sort of coming together?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely a big storm that feels very similar to what's happening in Fantasia. So
that's true.
I don't know, and it does die down once he does his bit.
I wonder what Bastian's dad is thinking. He's very late home.
I thought the same thing. I don't think he's a very good dad.
No.
I think he probably thinks he's off reading a book in the attic of the school, which is exactly what he is doing.
He's safe up there. That's fine.
Yeah, or he's in a bin. He's probably in a big dumpster somewhere.
And do you know what? That's character building for Bastian.
Yeah. How does everyone feel about Falkor?
I like Falkor.
I like Falkor.
He's a dragon, I guess, in the Chinese sense. Like much more of a Chinese design of it. Yeah.
Not in the sort of the European Nordic, like big fat belly.
No.
Euro drag.
No.
That's what they call themselves.
Yes. Not like that.
Not like that.
That which is surprising, given it was a
German,
a European production. Yeah.
German film.
They may well have.
What
gone
was
that
the
route.
name? Yeah, no, it was. And again, he is sort of dog-like.
He's very dog-like,
which I enjoy. Which is why I call
also
him
in his demeanour. He's got a big lolling tongue,
golden retriever energy,
and he's like, ha ha. I don't know. It just seems kind of dog.
And he arrives
friendly,
just in time.
Very lucky.
Yeah, very true.
Not sure how the mechanism of luck works. Like, I don't know if Falkor has any control over it.
Right. He's just imbued with luck.
He just hopes for things that there's a good chance they'll happen.
They go 10,000 miles.
Yeah. Well, 9,976 to be precise.
That's pretty cool. And then who are they finding on the other side of the world? Why have I forgotten all of this? What
They're going to. I think Mauler reveals that they need to visit the Southern Oracle.
Yeah.
We don't know what that is or where it is, apart from it's 10,000 miles away.
Yeah.
And Falkor takes him there. I think I always used to think as a kid that was Falkor's home, and he knows the two little, I don't know what they are, elf people. But I think on this watch, it was just like he just went there because
it's where they're going.
Luck took him there. So it's all, I don't understand the mechanism of luck that Falkor exhibits, but
maybe there's a button. Maybe if you rub one nipple.
Well, there is a lot of rubbing.
Luck.
He wants a scratch behind the ear at one point. That's very dog-like.
Maybe
obviously.
That's where it is. Maybe that's where the luck button is.
Yeah. Apparently, I read that this was I watched it on Amazon Prime, and there's like an whilst watching trivia function
X-ray.
Now. Is that what
I
it's
think
called?
That's coming straight from IMDb, by the way.
Right. Okay. Well, then I went to IMDb trivia and learned that you can. There is a museum in Germany where they've got the Falkor original puppet, and you can go and have a picture taken with it.
Which one? Because there must be one which is big enough for a child to ride. Or
which one?
And there's probably miniature.
Oh,
ones.
this is the like that one that's lying down after they get wherever they're going. By the Southern Oracle.
Well, I like that. I'd like to see that.
I'd like to see that.
There's two cuts of this film as well. It's a lot like Legend, which came out the same year or maybe 1 year after it was filming at the same time.
I didn't know that.
And it's similar because there is one version for the American market which had very different music. I think Giorgio Moroder did the music in the version that I watched of this, which is the American cut, I think, 94 minutes. And I think the German one has got like a more of a just full orchestral score.
Right.
And is it, I can't, oh my God, Legend similarly has, it might be like Tears for Fears or something. I can't really remember. But yeah, two different. And like the American one is like tightened up and just quicker. Move along.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think I kind of grew up with the sense that these films were like not quite, they're not quite finished or stable, and you can kind of see why there's like a permeable sort of quality to them, where it's genuinely bizarre to me that I can't remember this film that I watched 2 weeks ago. It's like I made a wish and I lost memories.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in you. I think it's a great movie. I think it's a good movie. I think it's got loads of like thrust, like it hangs together really well. I don't know, it all just zips along, and
to your point,
to the next really makes sense.
I was like, I will start this film. It was pretty late, and I was like, I'll just watch 20 minutes, half an hour, and then I'll be working through it for the time for the pod. And I watched the whole thing. I was really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Then I instantly forgot it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
It happens.
Dave, does the horse come alive at the end?
Yes.
Yes. Why though? Because the nothing didn't kill him.
Maybe just a hope.
Maybe that's it.
Well, all of Fantasia comes back. We see our Atreyu and Artex on the plains of where they hunt the purple buffalo and whatever. So if you just imagine it, like we now know it's because the Empress is harvesting Sebastian's memories.
Yes.
But
which is a bit darker, isn't it? Also, if you're a purple buffalo, it's a terrible ending because you're probably thinking, thank fuck that kid lost his horse.
Yeah.
Now we can live in peace. Then the horse comes back alive.
Yeah.
The scourge of our people.
Just endless torture for the purple buffalo.
Endless death. Endless death.
Unfortunately. But yeah. The Oracle Gate is a bit weird. I always thought. Like it seems like it is very video gamey, I think, Rob, as you pointed out. It's got a guy who studies them from afar, but he's never been there.
Yeah,
we see
this couple.
A shining knight killed by the first gate.
That's very Dark Soulsy.
Yeah,
I
thought. Well, he's super shiny.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what it is. You need to just to be.
Just believe in yourself.
Just believe in yourself.
Yeah. If you doubt yourself, then the Sphinx's eyes will open.
Yeah.
And just cook you.
Laser your ass.
Because the knight's like Atreyu lifts up the knight's visor, and he's just got. He's horribly incinerated.
Yeah.
That is really unnecessary.
Like Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
Yeah.
They were, if they were in armor.
It's like C-3PO's got them.
Just cooking in there. And you can kind of scientifically guess. So the armor didn't melt, but the body inside is fucked up.
Yeah.
So you can probably work out the temperature of the Sphinx's eyes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Somewhere in that range.
Yeah, horrible. Like instantly cooked.
Yeah. What temperature? What's the minimum temperature to instantly cook a person?
Oh.
I mean, I don't know. And I don't know what the armor's made of, but you could extrapolate. That's what I'm saying. If you wanted to.
Looked like steel.
It did look like steel.
I'm gonna say it's steel. Do you think that they used a different horse, or they just used Artax's performer?
I don't know. Well, maybe once he'd really got into character, maybe if they filmed these scenes first, it's a bit more of a generic role.
I think, I think it is another white horse, and I think it is filmed from quite far away. But yeah, I wonder. But
it's a horse performer.
I really recognise the woman in this couple. Did anyone else recognise her? Do you remember the couple?
I've forgotten everything apart from the Sphinx's eyes. Let me look this up.
I didn't recognise her, no, but I enjoyed their relationship. Yes.
Yeah.
Where he's like the science guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's like the doctor. She's like, patient needs.
Doesn't she give like Falcor a big injection at one point?
Yes, some vitamins. She just loves healing people. I like it a lot. But I enjoyed their relationship.
Yes, no, I do know who you're talking about.
And especially how excited the kind of professor is by Atreyu's progress. I just can hear him saying, Atreyu! Atreyu! Ah! And he goes down his little like cable car thing in a bucket and rolls out. He's so excited when Atreyu makes it through the first gate. I just like it. It's just very good. It's a good bit.
Was it Patricia Hayes?
It was Patricia Hayes.
Yes. Yeah, I do. I mean, I recognise her from like a million things.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I recognise her from one specific thing. She was on so much TV in Britain.
Yes.
She's in Willow. She's the...
Oh, that's exactly right.
She's the bird.
Of course.
In Willow, she's the good sorceress.
That's why I recognised her specifically. Yeah, she's the good sorceress.
There we are. Wow, what a link.
What a couple of years she's having.
I know.
I'm not sure which way round. I think Fantasia, Neverending Story came first.
Yeah, 4 years later, Willow.
Excellent.
Yeah, obviously she was a bird in between. So
yeah,
I wonder what she was doing flying around.
There's another test that Atreyu faces, which is where like a sort of mirror gate where you face your true self. Your true nature is revealed.
What would your true nature be, Rob? Do you think, if in the mirror?
What's Atreyu's true nature?
Bastian, sorry.
Yeah. It's too early for me to think about these kind of questions.
Dance for us, monkey. Tell us how dark it would be.
It'd be very dark. Yeah.
Maybe you'd just be like a character from a game you liked. One of those.
I wouldn't be that.
No.
I don't think I can reveal what I would see in the mirror.
Maybe it would be the version of you that was in that story that we can never tell on the podcast that made your mum disown you temporarily.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was in me.
Rob, while we're here, we should partly because it'll annoy Dave, we should publicise your new Instagram account.
No, let's not do that.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted it to be found by people. And it's vaguely relevant to what we're talking about, quests and stuff.
Is it?
Well, do you know what? Now we've teased it, people can look for it themselves.
They can, yeah.
Yeah. That's. I was going to say though, that's your true self. It's you just walking around.
Well, that's my true self too, then.
Well, what you got to do your true selves down in?
Oh God.
Oh, I don't know. I think I'm pretty. What you see is what you get. Like I'm not, I was thinking about the examples he gives. He's like, brave people find out they're cowards.
You sound like a contestant on The Traitors. Well, I'll just say it as I see it. What you see is what you get. Yeah.
Well, I just think, I don't think of myself as brave or anything particularly. I don't know.
Yeah,
it would be like, it would just be me. The reflection would just be me on a stupid horror live stream or something, and I'd just be like, yeah.
I don't know what mine would be, and I don't want to think about it.
Well, thanks for taking us down this road, Nath. It was really fruitful conversation for everyone.
I don't know what I was thinking. I can't think of a thing that wouldn't be either self-regarding or awful.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say anything.
Exactly. I refuse to look at the mirror.
The only winning move is not to play.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, Atreyu finds that his reflection is Bastian. He doesn't know who Bastian is, obviously, and is just a bit freaked out by it. But Bastian obviously reads that it's his reflection somehow in the book, and and that's one of the times when he throws the book away.
Yeah.
He's like,
Get out of my head.
Doesn't like that. He doesn't like that. I really enjoy him reading this book. It's just cool. I wanna be that into a book again,
You could try reading books.
Wow, that's an idea.
What was the last thing you read?
I'm sort of like halfway through like 2 books, which is no good.
To your point, that is kind of like neither of those books has really seized you.
No, I've rarely been properly seized by a book. It has happened, but it has been kind of rare.
Every now and again, the things I haven't read a lot in the last kind of year or so, but one of the things that I did read was I went on holiday to just an Airbnb and they had like a Jack Reacher novel.
Yeah.
And it was incredibly readable.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's like eating a McDonald's or something. Do you know what I mean? It's like nice and then it's gone.
Yeah.
And, I forget about it. I want both. I want to be that absorbed. I want to be as absorbed as I was in Jack Reacher, finding a bullet, but I want it to be like a brilliant book at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I know I banged on to you about this, Nath. The last time it really happened for me was reading Annihilation, which I just couldn't put down. I got it as part of there's a bookshop in Bath called Mr. B's, and you can do like a subscription service where you go and speak to them about things you like, things you've read, things you haven't read. And they will just send you not a random book. Based on that, they will send you a book, one a month.
It's really great.
It's not a book I would ever have chosen to read or pick up, Annihilation. And I read it in a weekend. I just couldn't stop reading it, which like never happened before. And that's my never-ending story. That did end. But I mean, like I was just sat there, just kept any second I had. I was just like engrossed in that book.
Rob, are you reading a book at the moment?
I've always but I haven't actually finished a book in a long time. Struggling to read at the moment. Struggling to finish anything. So I've got like 3 or 4 books that I've started and not made a lot of progress with.
Maybe you in the mirror would just be surrounded by books. The
Probably.
bookmark would be just halfway through.
Loads of things unfinished. Loads of video games. Loads of books.
Man, this is taking a turn. I feel quite bleak.
Oh.
Yeah,
we're in the swamps of sadness.
We are.
I'll try and.
I've stopped moving.
Rob's
stupid horse.
Rob's horse eyes are crying.
Ultimately, Atreyu realizes. He's told the Southern Oracle knows.
Do you know what? Since I read what actually happens in the book, I feel I've really lost enthusiasm for getting towards the end of this story.
Really?
Because it's fucking bleak.
Yeah, but that's not in this movie.
And that's what Michael Ender wanted. He's like, whoa, you've taken out the bit where the child loses his mind and goes to
I told you that bit's in the Neverending Story too.
He got his way in the Ender.
Which I might watch now. I might watch it again. I don't think it's quite a cool
I was so
idea.
tempted to watch Highlander 2 after, but I'm on holiday this week. So maybe when I'm away, maybe I'll
What
watch
could be a better way to
Highlander
spend your time
2.
than Highlander 2?
This is what
Apart from maybe Neverending Story 2.
I might watch both and come back and report. Maybe I'll write reviews for the next edition of the Civilian Observer.
Well, yeah, why not? Why not? But the Southern Oracle knows that the Empress needs a new name. I don't know why it's been keeping it to itself, but and that only a human child can give it to her. A human.
All right, well, David K.
Human, Bastian. That's who. And at that point on, there's not really anything Atreyu can do. It's a slightly weird part of the film where
he's just sort of looking at the sky, imploring Bastian to say her name.
Well, I can't remember. I think Bastian just refuses to believe that obviously this can be happening. He's like, it's just a story. It's not real. Like, and Atreyu and Falkor are just like, we need to find a human child. We'll just fly around everywhere. And they're just seeing the nothing destroying all of Fantasia.
Yeah.
There's a bit that I really like where they sort of land. The storm is crazy. They get thrown from their course, and Atreyu lands on a beach, and he runs into the rock biter again, and he tells the story of how all his friends. I've said this many times. I wouldn't say I quote it often, but I like to just say it. They look like big, strong hands.
That bit's really sad,
don't they? Do you remember this, Nath?
Yeah, I do.
He says that, and he reveals that he tried to hold on to his friends. He thought that he had big, strong hands and he could hold on to them, and they all were taken by the nothing. He's just sat there,
a really sad
waiting
bit.
for death. He's like, I'm just waiting for the nothing to come and take me. It is sad. He's a great character.
So he's playing a battle royale game, and the boundaries taken, and he knows he's only got like 20 seconds left now.
I can't possibly make it.
I haven't made it to the centre of the island.
I'll just stand completely still and accept death. And then finally, Atreyu faces Gamork, and it's like it made me think of the end of God of War, I think, where they make it to the sort of the giants' kingdom, and they see all the vignettes of their story or have already been foretold. It's the same here.
Very much
Gamork's
so.
lair, he's in this cave, and we see Atreyu finds all these vignettes of his story, sees Artax dying, sees Mauler, the Ancient One, like all of it. It's a really like nice bit, and he fights Gamork. Gamork doesn't know who he is, which I thought was interesting. He's like talking to him and tells him his story of like, I was chasing this boy, and because he's an agent of the nothing, he wants to help it. I don't know why.
It's pretty
sure that would incur his destruction too.
He's probably not thinking about it. His head's really in the game.
But Atreyu's good anyway. Atreyu's better than him.
Yeah, isn't it funny that Atreus is the name of the child in
Kratos' son.
God of War.
That's right. That's why it's been on the tip of my tongue. There's a metal band called Atreyu, which is why I've been slightly worried every time I say it. But they named themselves after this boy, I think.
Interesting. And I assume Michael Ender named Atreyu after Atreus, for the character from Greek myth, probably, right? Probably. That sounds plausible. We'd have to ask him. Yeah.
Apparently, they could only film the shot of Gamork attacking Atreyu once because it was a big, massive, heavy robot, and it like knocked Atreyu like back and slightly injured him, I believe. Right. So that's good. So no, there's no disclaimer at the start of this movie for animals or children.
No.
Or both of which were.
We really beat the shit out of some kids for your entertainment, so enjoy. That's what it should say at the beginning.
And all of Fantasia is destroyed ultimately, apart from the Ivory Tower, which still exists, which I think is lucky. Again, I think it's Falkor doing it with his luck dragonness.
Yeah.
Where they can go and see the Empress, and it just gets down to sort of like brass tacks of like she is looking at the camera, and she's literally speaking to him at this point.
Yeah.
Bastian, please
give me
a name. And it is a weird performance. Not a weird performance, it's a good performance, but it is a weird... Yeah. She is a slightly weird character.
She is.
I like that fourth wall break, and I guess it's the whole point, is that she fully explains the nature of the Neverending Story. He's reading their story, we're watching his story, and on and on. But it's unsettling, but I guess in the right way. The whole movie is quite unsettling.
It is unsettling. There's an uncanniness to it.
Yeah.
Which I which I've always struggled with. But then I think that's true of a few of these films. Legend is a film I really hate watching, for instance, for a similar reason.
I've only seen it once and I didn't enjoy it.
No.
But I couldn't tell you much about it.
Maybe after Highlander 2 and the Neverending Story 2. When was the Neverending Story 2 made, Dave? Do you know?
I don't know. I was watching it in the early 90s, though, I think. So I assume it was around then. I think it was probably contemporary to then, but...
I didn't even know there was a Neverending Story 2.
I think there might be a 3.
Yeah, I think there might be a 3. Only because I've seen the title.
1990.
Right.
Neverending Story 2.
Far after it. 6 years would have felt like... Every kid who liked the first one would have been too old to watch the second
And the third one, 1994. And it looks like a very young Jack Black in a leather coat.
Interesting.
Is that
I don't think
real?
that's true.
It looks an awful lot like Jack Black.
So somebody who looks like Jack Black. I mean, that is Jack Black.
That's Jack Black.
Yeah. I thought you meant he was like the star of the Neverending Story 3. And I was like,
Looks like he's playing a bully.
yeah, I think he had a good beginning of a career as bully.
Maybe I'll watch some more Neverending Story movies.
Neverending, no, he's definitely being a
He's
bully
blowing
there.
a raspberry, everybody.
Yeah, he's blowing a raspberry.
Blowing a raspberry.
But-
Star of Jumanji. And
Yeah.
the Super Mario movie.
That's right. And Tenacious D.
Bam, bam,
Very
bam.
successful man. But Bastian successfully saves Fantasia
Good segue.
by naming the Empress Moonchild. That's all she needed. And then wishing all of it back. I quite like the scene in the pitch black where she's just got like the last grain of sand from Fantasia in his hand. And it's just like, I mean, it's the ultimate dream as a kid to just have infinite wishes. And it's just being encouraged to like, just do whatever you want.
But now I know why.
You need to wish. Now you know why.
I hate it. Because I think in the economy of...
Do you think all of Fantasia should die then?
Well, I think you can make one wish and you lose one memory. And maybe it's like, oh, what does like cornflakes taste like? And then it's gone. That's fine. But ultimately, in the economy of the power of having wishes, they must have a cost. And you instinctively know that. So the idea is riding around on the dragon going, wah!
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking there's something, there is... The other shoe has to drop here.
What if he wishes that he never loses any memories? Loophole.
I don't know if you can do that.
Well,
I don't know.
that's the first thing I'd wish for now, knowing she hates that when people do that.
Yeah.
She hates it.
I'd probably wish my mum back. That's probably what I would do. Can I have that?
He doesn't know who his mum is and he's forgotten.
I want my dad to be cool. I want him to stop drinking eggs.
Yeah, just take the time to make some scrambled eggs. God's sake.
What he actually does is flies at those bullies.
I mean, that's a good wish, isn't it?
What do you think the aftermath of that is, though? Or the consequences of being seen flying a luck dragon downtown?
They're going to bully him even more.
No way. He's got a luck dragon.
When they get back to school.
Yeah. That dragon's not coming to school.
Where's your dragon, mate?
Yeah, exactly. There's 3 of us.
It's not here now, is it?
You fucking idiot.
In the toilet. That's where he's going next.
I think it's quite weird. I think there's like a... this doesn't happen very often in movies. There's like an outro VO, like the narrator. A narrator we've never heard right at the end of the movie goes something like, Bastian wished many more wishes and went on many more adventures
before returning his mind.
It says, as you can't be sad, because it says before returning to the real world.
Okay.
But that's
a husk.
Another story. But it's weird that I always thought it was so weird that he came back to the real world. Like, why? Like, he's in the real world with like Falcor and stuff. Like, just wish stuff. True. No, I'm unclear on that bit.
Yeah, okay. I'm not sure.
Like, wish for it. I'd have wishes for it. There's nowhere I'm going, I've had enough wishes now. I want to know what the rat race is like. I want a 9 to 5.
I don't know, man. I think you could take the lessons you've learned.
I'd like some debt.
Well, maybe one of his wishes was, I go back to the real world, but I've got like a...
But I've got it's a really good life.
I am a billionaire.
Yeah, that's right.
I
want to experience life like a human, but maybe a billionaire human.
Yeah. I do think that the landing is slightly strange.
But that's another story.
Somewhere between the original book, which seems too dark and unpleasant, and this film, which... It's just about flying around on a big dog.
It's not just about that. There was more to it. I don't know if you've been paying attention. That was a small part of it, and he's a luck dragon, please. And obviously, the one thing we haven't mentioned is the theme tune. which comes back in here.
Yeah.
Again. I think the only movie we've watched in the podcast at any point that has a theme tune with lyrics. Or a theme song, if you will.
Yes.
I don't think we've seen a movie with a theme song before.
It doesn't really feel like it matches the tone of the rest of the film, this theme tune. And
No.
I only know it from that episode of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's the first time you heard
That was the first
it?
time I'd heard it, was in Stranger
Oh, my
Things.
God. Wow. You must have been like, what is going on? Like, this is weird.
Yeah, I did think that.
It's a song by Lamal.
Lamal, yeah.
Lamal. Oh,
No, I don't.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
I think this is Lamar's biggest hit. I believe Lamar was a practicing artist at the time.
It's produced and composed by Italian musician Giorgio Moroder and performed by English pop singer Lamal.
Well, I think it's an absolute banger.
He released 2 versions. Wait, what? Is it sung by a man?
Yeah, Lamar.
I could have.
Turn around.
It sounds like a lady to me.
La-da-da-da-dee. Well, it's not. He's got a beautiful voice.
Now I'm thinking of the Daft Punk track, Giorgio.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's a good track, that.
great track.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of the song.
synthesizer. Why don't I use the synthesizer?
My name is Giovanni Giorgio. Everybody calls me Giorgio.
Drop the beat.
So good.
Yes.
Anyway, that's the end of the podcast, surely.
I think it is. Yeah.
I've forgotten everything.
Been a strange one. It's been an uphill battle.
I'm sorry. I think it's because I watched it 2 weeks ago. I feel like we're still getting in sync on the pod.
Right.
I've never forgotten so much of a movie, and I apologise.
Okay. You need to try harder next time.
It's so funny when it's a film you really like. When it's Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, you're like, should we record into a second hour?
I wouldn't.
A third hour.
I wouldn't. It's not that I really like it. It's it's like treacle. There's like no reaction. It's like, it's not that you dislike the movie or like the movie. You just sort of like, I don't remember the movie. It's like the most offensive
It does
thing.
have a
I could
magical
argue,
property, though.
I hated this bit. I could argue that. Instead, it's just like, what was that?
There must be some kind of magical property.
It doesn't have a magical property.
Because I've completely forgotten it from my childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rob, I nearly called you Bob.
Maybe you've been wishing wishes.
Maybe.
And you've...
Oh my God, maybe, yeah.
You are...
Why haven't I got anything then?
The thing is, you've got everything you've wished for. This is the weird thing.
Maybe that's it.
This is a cool story.
You've got a nice dog.
I've happened
Do you forget that you've made a wish?
Well, why not? You could. I think it's a good story. You've wished this for yourself, this life. You're trying to teach yourself a lesson, Rob.
What?
Don't you remember?
Oh no.
Don't you remember what happened?
No,
that you
I don't.
chose these things.
Only my head is poking up above the swamp now.
It's just your eyes.
Yeah.
And nostrils are in
Flaring.
the mud. Yeah.
There are tears.
Oh, well, that's a cool idea.
What
for
did
a
you wish in
story
the
we've
last
had.
2 weeks then, Nath?
Good Lord. I mean, for Spurs to stay up, that's been on my mind.
Yeah, well, that's
it.
an ongoing.
Well, they are currently still up.
That's true.
That's about it, really. I've been waking up slightly bloated. I wish
Okay.
I'd wish that away. I'm not sure why that is. I think it's because I've been snacking at night.
What, like in the middle of the night?
Like
Waking
about
up?
11, just before
Right.
bed, just like, yeah.
Yeah, what?
I don't even know.
What are you having?
Well, it's Easter time, isn't it? There's been some chocolate
Chocky?
around. Yeah,
Is
there's
chocky?
been. My daughter accidentally bought some chocolate infused bread, like a loaf of chocolatey bread, and we were like, well, we don't like it was for dinner.
Oh, we don't need that,
We don't
yeah.
need that. But then at night, I was like, oh,
He's got it out, fished it out of the bin. Yeah.
yeah, the bread bin.
Hey-oh.
Yeah, that's right. And on that note,
Yes.
I feel like that's probably about the high watermark of this podcast. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I feel like I have let you down, Dave.
Yeah.
Film you enjoyed. And
I've enjoyed this podcast.
And I've had
episode.
very
That's
little
good. Did you
reaction.
enjoy this film?
I did, yeah.
Excellent. But you won't be ever showing it to your daughter, you don't think?
Oh, God, no. She really
Just
likes
because of our
horses.
sex.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
loves horses. But
Yeah.
he comes back at the end. Just you
Yeah,
have to
she
deal
wa-
with
That's a big wait.
70 minutes of weeping, and then
Look,
he's
there
back.
he is. Oh, he's gone.
It's like when I read The Hobbit to her, when the
Oh, Bill the pony.
it's not, it's all
Oh,
of the
no,
ponies.
that's all the
When the
ones.
goblins get them, they eat the ponies.
Yeah.
All of them.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
And it's
Couldn't they
really
have
at the end of the
taken some of
chapter,
the hobbits?
Tolkien's like, and I'm afraid to say that's the last they ever saw of those ponies, because goblins eat ponies. It's awful.
The cries of the child. Right
it's
then,
the goblins that are awful.
I'm going to say goodbye. Goodbye.
You've been listening to Redshirt Cinema Club. If you're enjoying the podcast, please consider supporting us on Patreon. Just check the link in the description. We'd also love to hear from you. Email us at redshirtcinemaclub@gmail.com or follow us on social media. We'll be back with another episode next Monday. See you then.